oh my gosh, like what is happening in moments has been when people I've admired for years, like the first time like Stephen Beer replied or Andrew Wright, these choreographers I admired for so long. And because of like my past, because I got my agent through all these videos as well, because again it got me out there and it got me seen by people who didn't come to my college for agent day.
Hi, Kiera, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's snowing, so it looks rather lovely outside.
I know, and the sun's just come out over here, so it's glorious.
Oh, send
I
some.
know it's still snowing, but yeah.
Okay. Thank you for coming on today. You're going to talk in a little while about, I guess, dancing on social media is probably the best way to categorize it.
Yeah.
We'll get onto that in a moment. Tell us about you first. Who are you? How do you categorize yourself? Are you a theatre maker, a dancer, an actor? Tell us about you.
Yeah, so well, for the past however many years, I've just been a musical theatre student because I've only just graduated into this lockdown. So I've always been musical theatre heavy, but always grown up, I was a dancer through and through. Just I wanted to perform. So it's only been the recent years when I've gone to musical theatre, but as well as performing, I love choreographing. It's what gets me through life. It makes me so happy. So as well as that, I teach as well. And yeah, that's basically everything I do in life right now, especially
Yeah.
just perform, choreograph, and teach.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Um, so I wanted to get you on particularly because of your Twitter posts. It came across my feed maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and I was just amazed at what you do every day or every other day whenever you post. And you post up videos of you dancing in every single style you can possibly think of in theatre. And I'll run some of those in this video here. But tell us, how did that idea come about? How did it, for you to go, I'm going to start doing this and I'm going to start doing it online?
I have actually no idea how the idea came about, but my first video was my day one of my Create 30 challenge I did, where again, I don't know how the idea of Create 30 came about, and it must have come about in the space of like from the start of the day to the end of the day, because I had something done that night. And basically, it's a challenge which I created where I choreographed every single day for 30 days in a row, which was the start of my lockdown. And actual lockdown started the next Monday after. But on that Wednesday, because we had just been cut, our third year show was cut in half, our run, no sign of showcase, no sign of anything. And like everyone, I was a bit, oh my gosh, what's happening? World absolutely collapsing. And I just decided, I don't know, again, I don't know why I decided, I don't know how I got onto it, but then I ended up just choreographing a little number, filmed it, put it online, and I think it was, if I didn't put it online, I probably wouldn't have got through the whole of the challenge because I would probably backed out halfway through. But I thought if it's online, I will get through the whole way. And I post most of my things on Instagram, but Twitter was like, okay, I'm gonna post it on there as well. Like I may as well. But I think on Twitter, I only ever got like 3 likes on a good day with most of those videos. And then I think it was actually when the first time I posted something which wasn't my choreography on Twitter was the first time I did Robbie McMillan's class. And it was, I didn't think it was anything special, that video. That's the one which, if anyone knows, that is my most viral video. It's got over 1,000 likes, over like 30k views, which like bearing in mind I was only getting like 3 or 5 likes on a good day on all of these other videos, and this was the first time me posting anything on my Twitter that wasn't my choreography. But it was kind of nice because suddenly there was no pressure of like it was just me dancing, and that kind of got everything out there. So from that moment onwards, I started posting just any class I did, and especially the classes I do in Magnet Studios. And it's amazing because when I post, it's almost created a little bit of a sense of almost community, the people who regularly see it and who talk, and also the other people I take class with, and they're posting their videos and I'm always replying to them and sharing them out. And but the funny thing is that if it wasn't for, so the first time I did it, Robbie McMillan's class, I posted it on Instagram, no plans to post on Twitter whatsoever. And he'd seen it, but he was in Australia, so time difference. I didn't clock the time difference. He'd opened it and just not said anything, not posted it, not it, kind of like aired it. It kind of came across. I know that's not the case now. So I thought, you know what, I'd admired him for years, and I was like, I want a bit of a response from this from him in some way, even if it's a simple like, because you couldn't really do that on my Insta story. You can't just simply like it. So I thought I'm going to post it on Twitter and see if he sees it, and that kind of started it all off. For the sake of me thinking that he hadn't just like replied or something like that, it kind of spurred me on, because I don't do anything from a sense of like promoting myself. It's kind of, that's just like a nice benefit from it, that I've managed to network and do all these things from these videos. And quite often, people sharing my videos and tagging people, they're the ones who network for me. It's really brilliant sometimes. But yeah, I think definitely it's become like from the start to the finish, from like during the Create 30s, where like it was just me doing it every day for 30 days, and that was kind of it. And then from seeing it how it started then till now, it's completely different. Like I have threads of every teacher who I take classes with, and there's about 20 videos in each thread, which you wouldn't even realize until you click onto that thread and you just see like hundreds of videos.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's weird to think that's kind of my life. If you'd have told me I was doing that this time last year, like, I mean, it's almost been a year actually.
Yeah.
That's really bad. But yeah, it's just been crazy, the fact that it's become my life now, and I'm posting every, like you said, every day. Sometimes 3 times a day, sometimes every other day. Like it changes, but it's just constant for me now. Yeah,
So originally it started off as the, like you say, the daily choreographic challenge,
yeah,
and then ballooned into something else. And you alluded to the fact that you've got more attention through this as well. So although it didn't originally set out to be any sort of self-promotion tool, now that has kind of happened. So what type of reactions have you had to it? I mean, obviously there's, I said, the given of your friends who are saying this is wonderful, but has there any been other unexpected sort of um,
yeah, definitely. Like it's, I think for me, the most like, oh my gosh, like what is happening in moments has been when people I've admired for years, like the first time like Stephen Beer replied, or Andrew Wright, these choreographers I admired for so long. And because of like my past, because I got my agent through all these videos as well, because again it got me out there and it got me seen by people who didn't come to my college for agent day, because we're a very new college. We're the first year of their 3 year, so we're essentially like the first proper graduates going out in the industry, so we're having to make a name for the college. And yeah, it's just those bits in particular was just like, wow, like this is pinch me moment. But then because of it, like I might not even realize I've got a reaction from someone, and someone asks, oh, would you like to do this little project we're doing with 2020 grads? And then I'm like, okay, why not, like might as well like meet some new people. Did that, and then it introduced me to this choreographer, who then did another project, and that project like got me working with Stephen Beer in real life, and Jamie Mercury and Matt Cole, and that is Taylor Walker, who's like an absolute genius, and I have so much to thank for him. And he's seen my videos, but he'd never really said anything. Like I didn't know he had seen my videos, and there's just people who, yeah, like you're in the back of their mind and you have no idea until you meet them, and they're like, oh my gosh, your videos are amazing. I'm like, I've walked into auditions, like 2 auditions which I've had in person. They both said, like, by the way, I love your videos. And it was like, oh my gosh, in the middle of it. Like, you don't even realize the impact it's made half the time. But I think it's because, like you said, I like to go full out in my room. I feel like I'm on the Palladium stage in my bedroom. But I think because of that, the energy and the passion comes through, and so many people comment on that all the time, that they just feel my energy, that is just positive, and that gets me noticed a lot more than someone who's just kind of dancing for the sake of like having a video up or something. For me, it's just I constantly do it. I don't expect any reactions from them, and it's just for me really, because I like to share what I'm doing rather than showing off in any way. It's more just I'm sharing a bit of joy, a bit of light, because honestly, one video can make someone smile and make someone like day instantly better, which so many people have said, which is why I keep going. Even if sometimes I get one like on a video, I'm like, that doesn't matter. I'm doing this for me at the end of the day, and it's my training. And I feel like I'm in another year of college, if I'm honest. I feel like it's another year of training, 4 years of that degree. No, but yeah, it's been crazy how people have taken to it, and also how people have taken to my choreography, because I developed like my Kiki jazz style in a few months into it, which is where I combine theatre jazz, swing jazz, Fosse jazz, like, well, authentic jazz and swing. And the reaction I got from those videos was always that slight bit more like people hadn't quite seen like swing integrated into the like musical theatre choreography as much as I had kind of done. So it was like the reactions I got from that like was probably the better ones, where they were being reached out to so many more people, and I was like, wow, I'm finally finding kind of my voice in choreography, even though I can choreograph kind of every style, I would say.
Mm.
It's finding this, I'm like, wow, I finally found like my voice, and it's through training with all these people online, because if it wasn't for lockdown, I wouldn't have been able to train with Robbie or Joe Goodwin or all these people online. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And getting to like make connections with them, yeah, for sure.
It's interesting because, like you say, you're finding your voice. I was thinking while you were talking, actually, you're saying you've had this most incredible experience in the past 12 months. And it's almost like the infrastructure fell away because of where we're living right now, the current, COVID situation. But then your fortitude has started to build this other vehicle for the thing that you can do. And it's really interesting that you say it's kind of tapped into something and opened doors as well that wouldn't
Yes.
traditionally have been opened for you. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe that's taken away from your actual ability because you have astounding ability. So the last question then is kind of related to what you just said. How does it feel when you do these videos, when you dance? Because again, every time I watch them, I'm like, you're just doing it in your bedroom and it's incredible. And that's kind of the joy of the videos, the fact that it's your regular bedroom and you're just dancing your ass off. And so how does it feel to do? How does it feel to
Yeah.
dance during this period?
No, well, I think honestly, it's been what's got me through this lockdown, being able to, like, I had the tiniest bedroom across the hall for years and years and years. I moved into this room 2 weeks before lockdown happened. Like, absolute brilliant timing, because I could barely stand up in my other room, or like, I had a path to walk down, and that was it. I made sure in this room, because my brother moved out, so I moved into here, and I made sure I only had a small bed, I only had things, so I made sure I had space to choreograph. And thank goodness I did that, because I did not realize like exactly how much I'd be living in here and how much I'd be dancing. But I think for me, it's honestly, choreographing and dancing has been an absolute saving grace in this time. I feel like there's been like, we all have bad days, and we all have days where we just feel like we don't want to do anything. And honestly, whether it's like teaching a private or teaching a class, or just doing a bit of choreographing, even if it's something small, will make me feel instantly better. It will save my mental health basically. The amount of days where I'm like, I just don't want to, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go up and do this class. I don't want to go into this ballet class. I'm tired. I want to stay in bed. And sometimes you do, because that's absolutely fine to stay in bed. And sometimes you just get yourself to that class and you're like, thank goodness I got myself to that class. You just have to keep going in this time. And it's that resilience of just keep going, even if you've done however many videos that day, however many classes that day, you just have to keep going to the next one, because you know something good will come from it, whether it's just you will feel happier, or you'll get that video that will reach this person. Like, you don't know what will happen from every class or every video. And because it's honestly created a sense of like community, the classes that I do are magnetic. And because of that, I'm like, I want to be in these classes, and I want to like see these people on the screen. I've never met most of these people in real life, but I feel like they're absolute family to me. Like, being able to see them at least every day on a Zoom call and stuff. But yeah, like dancing full out in my room, it is a weird thing, but I think because it's so closed off, like it's just me in my room, especially because my curtains have to be closed to stop the light from coming in my videos. No one can see me when I'm filming my like videos, and it's nice because I feel like I can completely let go and make mistakes and do all the stuff and just try things out, which we never really got a chance to do before lockdown. Like I've had so many people ask for advice on how to perform, like, and let go with performing and other things. But I think with that especially, we've never been given as perfect an opportunity to make errors, make mistakes, and look a fool because no one's watching us. We're in our room by ourselves most of the time, and it's really given us that like prime opportunity to develop ourselves without seeing all these other people next to us and worrying about them. Like for the first time, we can properly focus on ourselves. If we need to, we can turn our camera off on that Zoom screen, so it's literally just us in a class working on ourselves. And it's been such a nice break to have that, I think, because yeah, like we're in our room and you have to make light of it. We're dancing in our room. Like if you go wrong, it's not the end of the world. You have to laugh it off and just keep going with whatever you're doing. um yeah, it's just been a real joy to have this space where I can just make mistakes and do wrong and still laugh about it, get a video up. And I might be making mistakes in that video. I might be falling off that pirouette, but I'll always choose to take that I fall off the pirouette, but because I did it with passion and I was full out, rather than doing the one that was super technical but wasn't really, didn't have that special something. I'll always show the one which is like, right, I made a massive mistake there because I'm human, and but I'm going full out with a massive smile on my face. So that's why I'm uploading it, because of the feeling rather than me being like perfect or anything. Because we're not, like, especially in this time, we're more human than ever because we're all in this same situation. We're all dealing with these like hardships, and like there's some more than others. Some have like obviously experienced different kind of lockdown experiences. I'm very lucky that because I will always keep busy no matter whether it's lockdown, before lockdown. I will never have any free time because I find stuff to do constantly, and I will always like find I always have that drive. But I'm just very thankful that everything that happened just always seemed to be perfect timing. And just having the space, even like the fact that I came in this room 2 weeks before lockdown happened and having no idea that would happen, it's all perfect timing that I had this. So I'm very thankful for all the opportunities that it's given me. But at the end of the day, I know that like if I'm not feeling good, I'll just get up, choreograph, I'll dance, I'll do something, and I'll feel better. Like it's just that safe space I've got.
Yeah, you said the word joy, which is something I get when I watch them. So that's really interesting. Um, yeah, just last thought. You've actually raised lots of questions, I think, by doing this in the past 12 months, because there is an agency over the way your career is going now. It seems that you've actually got a little bit more control in some bizarre way that's maybe uncharted territory right now, but yeah, I think it's fascinating. Cool. Thank you so much, Kiera, for talking to us today.
That's okay.
I'll put on the links to your Instagram and Twitter so people can have a look. All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Bye.